So good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, we are about to start the session here. For today only we have changed the time for our session. Okay. So we have changed the time for our session just for one day because I have I have to visit hospital. So because of that reason, today I will be conducting this session at 7:35 time. Okay. This is the point here. So every day it won't be there. We will continue with our old time from tomorrow onwards, but for only one day, since I have to visit hospital, because of that, we are just preponing our session. Okay, advancing our session by 1.5 hour. जल्दी कर दिया हमने 1.5 घंटा आज का session because I have to visit hospital. Okay, that's fine. So the PDF for today's session has been uploaded, so we can definitely start the session then. So I hope people will join us very soon. Okay, definitely the footfall will be down today. Bhaskar, good morning. So here we are. Let's start the session here. So let's see what exactly is there for us in today's newspaper. Now, Rajasthan cabinet expanded 15 ministers. They take oath of office. Okay. See, you need to understand why it is important that we are having parliamentary form of government here. Okay. We are having parliamentary form of government. Now, parliamentary form of government has prime features, that is your prime minister or your chief minister. Okay, they are first amongst equal, they are first amongst equal. Okay, this is one of the feature that is there. So in this cabinet form of government, this is one of the important part of your parliament. Why we are saying that? Because this cabinet is one of the highest decision making body. Okay, they are really very powerful, they are really very powerful, they really influence the government, they really influence the decision of the government, and that's why we have to cover it in detail. Now in 2017, okay, there was a question related to in your prelims. In 2017 prelims there was a question related to cabinet form of government. Okay, so you should know about these particular points, that okay, what is the importance of cabinet form of government, uh, like how this cabinet form of government is important for us. Okay, see, one part is that we have diversity in India, we have diversity in India, and if you look into the diversity, definitely you need to have a cabinet which should have representation from different, you can say, communities. Okay, so in this cabinet definitely there are representation from different communities. ऐसा ही होता है even in center as well as in the state cabinet. Okay, so this is the point here, and this is the highest decision making body, they take lot of important decisions. Okay, this is what you should know, ये सारी चीजें आपको मालूम होनी चाहिए यहाँ पे, ठीक है ना. So we'll move to the next part now. Samyukt Kisan Morcha seeks legal backing for MSP repeal of electricity bill. Okay, so please pay attention here. Now this is to be done in detail. Let's see. They are asking for legal guarantee for the minimum support price. Okay, and withdrawal of draft electricity amendment bill 2020-2021, while expressing that farmer leaders would be called for discussion. Okay, see, one of the major problem with these three farm laws were that consultation was not done. कहीं पे भी आपने कंसल्टेशन यहाँ पे नहीं की थी, एंड एज दिस कंसल्टेशन वाज मिसिंग, इट मींस दैट द पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन वाज नॉट डन. ओके, so the government without consultation they brought these particular bills. That was a major disaster, that was a major disaster. And why I am saying that it's a major disaster, because this consultative process, it plays a really important role. These farmers, if they would have been consulted, it means that they would have taken some, you can say, like they would have played some role, their queries, their issues should have been addressed, वहीं पे ही consultation में चीजें address हो जाती, and they would have had a stake in the farm laws. मतलब अगर आपसे कोई चीज पूछ रहे हैं, like someone is asking you, and it means that you will also have some stake. Okay, you will feel responsible, आपको रेस्पॉन्सिबल फील होगा कि आपको ये चीज एकदम अच्छे से इंप्लीमेंट करवानी है, बिकॉज आपकी राय मानी गई थी, बिकॉज यू हैव बीन आस्क्ड दीज पर्टिकुलर for your like advice. Okay, so this is the point here, and that's why consultative process they are important. Okay. uh, Another thing is that these farmers they are asking for removal of penal provisions on farmers under the Commission of Air Quality Management and in the NCR and Adjoining Area Act 2021, and withdrawal of cases against thousands of farmers. Okay, now you need to understand the cases were filed. The cases were filed uh, specifically like in matter related to violence. Now question is that can you take those cases back? Wherever there are incidents of violence, specifically in those particular cases, the cases should not be taken back because it is going to set a bad precedent. आपके यहाँ पे एक बुरी जो है एक चीज से रियायत एक तरीके से बैड लाइक एक कंटिन्यूटी में ये चीज शुरू हो जाएगी. ओके, that okay, first you will create violence, then you will do dharna and all, and after that you will ask for like cases to be taken back. No, it should not be done. Specifically in cases where there were violence which was reported, वहां पे तो आपको बिल्कुल भी ये चीज नहीं करनी चाहिए. That's the really very critical thing. Okay, जो चीज हमें यहाँ पे समझनी है, ठीक है ना. अदर देन दैट देर इज नथिंग मच, कुछ खास नहीं है. नाउ एंटी CAA प्रोटेस्ट गैदर द फ्रेश स्टीम. ओके, नाउ लाइक फार्मर्स दे हैव अचीव्ड देयर गोल्स. ओके, फार्मर्स ने अपने गोल अचीव कर लिए. नाउ अदर प्रोटेस्ट अगेन देर इज अ रिवाइवल विच हैज बीन ऑब्जर्व्ड हियर, that like citizenship amendment act, those laws should also be, you can say, taken back. For that also now protests are starting again. Okay, so this is one of the drawback of having such things, that if the government is on back foot, so other, you can say, forces will also come into action. वो भी साथ में आके अपनी बात मनवाने लग जाएंगी. ओके, सो ये कुछ गलत हुआ है. लेट्स सी लाइक व्हाट विल बी द आउटकम. आई होप इट वोंट गेन दैट मोमेंटम, उतना ज़्यादा मोमेंटम नहीं गेन करेगा जितना फार्मर कम्युनिटी वाला था. ओके, बिकॉज नेचर ऑफ द प्रोटेस्ट इज डिफरेंट, गोल ऑफ द प्रोटेस्ट इज डिफरेंट. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. So we'll move to the editorial section here. Let's see what exactly is there for us in this editorial. Okay, so here we are. Now go back to committees in the farm laws lesson. Okay, now this is the like PTT Achari, he has written this particular article. He is pointing about the importance of parliamentary committees. Okay, so you should know about this particular point. The present government is blamed for one thing. आपकी मोदी सरकार को एक तरीके से blame किया जाता है that he is undermining the importance of these parliamentary committees. Because like what happens, the government is not referring these bills to the parliamentary committees. Okay, who takes the decision? Definitely speaker has a say here. Okay, speaker or chairman of the house, he has a say here. Like he looks into this particular point whether the bill is to be like sent to parliamentary committee or not. Okay, now the point here is that definitely we know that in India, the speaker they also have some biasness towards the party and they follow the party line. Okay, कहीं ना कहीं party line follow करनी पड़ती है because अगली बार election में ticket भी चाहिए, ठीक है ना. That's one point here. So what happens is that these parliamentary committees they are undermined by the present government. Okay, and it is such a bad, it is going to set a bad trend here. Now it is already a bad trend already, like multiple bills are passed without any, you can say, discussion. Okay, and these committees are also undermined. These committees are very important. Why I am saying that they are important? Because they have like lot of wisdom. Okay, and these committees they function away from the political environment. Okay, बिना पॉलिटिकल एनवायरनमेंट के ये काम करती हैं अलग से, एंड विद रैशनैलिटी दे कैरी आउट देयर डिबेट एंड डिस्कशन. ओके, दैट्स वन पार्ट हेयर. सो if you are bypassing them, then this is not a right trend, then this is not a right trend, and definitely we know that the quality of the law is also like undermined here. जिस क्वालिटी का आप कानून बना रहे हो वो भी पुअर क्वालिटी का होगा. ओके, सो in any key legislation, the practice now not involving the established system of parliament has to be reviewed. Okay, this is what Mr. PDT Achari is suggesting, that you have to bring in the element of these committees back. Now definitely like this particular event government is moving back. Okay, it is going to add new phase to India's politics. This phase is related to the importance of non-political movements. Okay, so this movement was not a political movement, so he is saying that again there are chances that non-political movement might be revived. Okay, like political parties, they will work, they will carry on their business as it is. Parallelly, people can join in, okay, and there is a space for civil society as well. There is a space for civil society as well, okay, that if civil society is going to like make any decision, then it can definitely make sure that government listen to them, okay. This is one point here. Now there are some like trajectory which you should know, that these farm laws, okay, the way they were brought in, first they were brought as an ordinance, okay. It means that parliamentary debate and discussion was undermined. जब आप एज एन ऑर्डिनेंस लेके आते हो तो पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट आपने की ही नहीं वहां पे, दैट्स वन पॉइंट हियर, ओके. सो डेफिनेटली इफ देयर वुड हैव बीन सम पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट एंड डिस्कशन, things would have highlighted, okay, farmer leader, there were different opposition parties, okay, who have representation from the farm community, so Akali Dal and all, they would have raised their voice. But as parliamentary debate and discussion was undermined, so this shows that it was quite unwise to carry on with this particular laws, okay. बुरा असर होना ही था, बुरा असर होना ही था, because they were, these laws were basically forced and there was top down approach, okay. There was top down approach from the top, government was passing these particular laws. Now other problem was related to the use of article 123. Now under article 123, ordinance route is provided, okay, but ordinance route can only be used, that president can legislate on a matter when there is great urgency, okay, when there is great urgency. And the point here is that in this farm laws matter, was there any urgency? क्या आपको कोई emergency नजर आ रही थी? ये फार्म लॉज लेके आने में कोई अर्जेंसी थी? नो, इट wasn't there, okay, it wasn't there. So you misuse the ordinance route to bypass the existing system that were there. That's one point here, okay. Now these farm laws which would have made radical changes, okay, these farm laws, they would have made radical changes in the lives of farmer, and you are passing these laws without even consulting them. So people who will be directly impacted because of these particular laws, you are making a law without even consulting them. That's one point here, okay. ये भी एक major flaw था इस पूरे system के अंदर. So bill which were used to brought to replace the ordinance are not and cannot be referred to standing committees, okay. Now standing committee of parliament, they are important. Why I am saying that, because in this there is some representation from the opposition as well. Opposition के member भी होते हैं इसके अंदर, okay. And other thing is that it is like they work away from the political environment, जो political heat होती है, ठीक है. See, you need to understand parliamentary debate and all, people they watch parliamentary debate, टीवी पे आती है. So आपके leaders को कभी कभी political statement देनी पड़ती है, they have to act political, okay, that's one point here. But when they are working in this committee, they work with rationality, क्योंकि वो मीडिया की लाइमलाइट से हट के काम करते हैं. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर, they work and they act away from the limelight of media. That's the critical point. And when you are working as a committee member of these standing committee, okay, you use your wisdom and objective decisions are taken, and this is how it improves the quality of the law. आपके लॉ की क्वालिटी जो है वो इंप्रूव हो जाती है, ठीक है ना. एंड अदर थिंग इज दैट नाउ सम ऑफ द मेंबर्स हु आर प्रेजेंट इन दीज स्टैंडिंग कमेटीज, दे हैव डेवलप्ड एक्सपर्टीज. मान लो like there is a standing committee on agriculture, okay. If there is a standing committee on agriculture, now member working in a standing committee on agriculture, they would have developed their expertise. भाई इतने एक साल से वो यही काम कर रहे हैं, एक्सपर्ट बन चुके होंगे वो, ओके. So as I told you, the speaker and the chairman, that he has the authority to refer any bill except a money bill to the standing committee, okay. So parliament is kind of a shock absorber. It is a system, its system has been designed to address issues with a cool head and find solutions, okay. So first of all, you need to understand, we have two houses, okay. We have two houses now, like house of people, that is your Lok Sabha. There are chances that, okay, in Lok Sabha, since elected representatives are directly elected by the people, तो वो ज्यादा जनता के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होंगे एंड पॉपुलिस्ट मेजर ले लेंगे, ओके. बट यू हैव राज्यसभा एज वेल, you have Rajya Sabha as well. Now Rajya Sabha is also considered to be the house of older, the house of elder. So this house has like lot of wisdom, and if you are bypassing the wisdom of these members, somehow it is not right, okay, it is not right. and we know that when you are bypassing the system, you will get the bad results, and these three farm laws are an outcome of that. यही इसका आउटकम है कि डिजास्टर ही होगा, एंड दिस इज व्हाट हैज हैपेंड हियर. This is what has happened here. Okay, this is one point. Now consultation with parliament and like its time bound honored system is a sobering and civilizing necessity for the government. Okay, the accumulated wisdom of house is an invaluable treasure. It is very surprising why important bills which are coming before parliament are not being referred to the committees. So that's the problem here. Now this is not just with the farm laws. सिर्फ farm laws के केस में ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. This is with this is the bad trend that government has set. Okay, this is the bad trend that government has set, and this is not just for the farm laws. बाकी जगहों पे भी the same thing has been observed. Now experience of centuries shows that scrutiny of the bill by committees makes the laws better. That's the point here, and that's why it is important that the parliament they should refer things to the standing committees. Okay, so ये काफी चीजें इंटर रिलेटेड है, ठीक है ना, काफी चीजें इंटर रिलेटेड है, बट द फैक्ट इज दैट द बिल्स आर वेरी रेयरली रेफर टू दीज कमेटीज दीज डेज. ओके, सो सरकार को जल्दी होती है कानून बना के पास करने के लिए, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर नॉट रेफरिंग दीज बिल टू these committees, and somehow like this is not the right way. Okay, this is not the right way because you have a facility and you are not using it. Okay, तो ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ पे. So we'll move to the next editorial. Next editorial is related to the like nuclear capacity of China, like how they are improving on it. Okay, see, you need to understand having a nuclear capacity is one thing. So when we say nuclear weapon, one thing is that it has tactical use. Okay, अदर इज द स्ट्रेटेजिक यूज. ओके, एक है टैक्टिकल यूज, एक है स्ट्रेटेजिक यूज. टैक्टिकल मीन्स दैट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इट इन अ वॉर. ओके, you are making sure that the weapon is developed and it is used in war. That is your practical use. This is one part here. Strategic means that you want to achieve your strategic goals. You want to create deterrence. Okay, आप deterrence create करना चाहते हो, आप balance of power लेके आना चाहते हो, you want to balance out your adversary and all multiple things. These are the strategic goals that are there. Now what is happening? China is enhancing its nuclear capacity and they are focusing on the tactical part of it. Okay, so basically they are working on low grade nuclear weapons. Okay, low grade in the sense मीन्स सपोज यू वांट टू टारगेट अ आर्मी कंटिंजेंट, या आप किसी का आर्टिलरी बेस उड़ाना चाहते हो, आर्मी कंटिंजेंट उड़ाना चाहते हो. ओके, दैट यू वांट टू डिस्ट्रॉय द आर्मी लाइक आर्टिलरी बेस, और यू कैन से आर्मी कंटिंजेंट, ब्रिगेड साइज. ओके, a brigade. So for that you have these tactical weapons that is of low grade nuclear weapon. Now low grade nuclear weapon can be used, say if you want to destroy an area of say 15 kilometer square, 15 किलोमीटर स्क्वायर का पूरा एरिया उड़ाना चाहते हो. ओके, सो दैट इज फैसिलिटेटेड बाय दीज स्मॉल ग्रेड न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स. नाउ द पॉइंट इज दैट China is already working on it. Okay, and do we have solution to this? There is another problem that we are facing here. Okay, now India has bought S-400 anti-missile system. Okay, anti-missile system that you are going to destroy the incoming missile. जो आपको टच करने वाला होगी आप उसको पहले डिस्ट्रॉय कर दोगे. बट द पॉइंट हियर इज दैट चाइना इज ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन increasing the speed. Okay, increasing the speed of delivery. The point here is that the speed of the missile will be so high, okay, that you won't be able to intercept. आपकी मिसाइल उसे इंटरसेप्ट ही नहीं कर पाएगी. That's the point here. That's the point here. Okay, अब ऐसी सिचुएशन अगर बनती है, so definitely it's a challenging thing. हमारे लिए चैलेंजिंग है. The one challenge is the quantity of the nuclear weapons. Okay, so China is working on increasing the strength of nuclear weapons. Numbers भी बढ़ा रहा है वो और quality भी बढ़ा रहा है. They are working on increasing the numbers as well as the qualities. That's the point here. Okay, that's the point here, and that's why it is new form of challenge for us. हमारे लिए एक नया चैलेंज है ये, ठीक है ना, स्पेसिफिकली फॉर इंडिया एंड लाइक अदर कंट्रीज. ओके, so you should know about this particular point. There has been a report which have highlighted few things. Okay, so that report highlights a transformation in both quality as well as the quantity of arsenal. Okay, that is we are talking about the nuclear arsenal, उसकी बात हो रही है यहाँ पे कि क्वालिटी भी यहाँ पे बढ़ाई जा रही है और क्वांटिटी भी जो है चाइना इसको बढ़ा रहा है, ठीक है ना. सो दिस रिपोर्ट हैज बीन हाईलाइटेड लाइक इन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स रिपोर्ट हियर. ओके, यूएस की एक रिपोर्ट है विच इज पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स दीज पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स हियर. Now like they have this ambitious plan and they are enhancing their power. This is there, okay, and this is the cause of concern for the whole world because we know how China works. We know how China works, okay. That's why it's a major cause of concern for us. Now the point here is that if they are working on with this particular thing, what is the alternative do we have, okay. So they are working on enhancing their nuclear capability, they are transforming it, okay, they are advancing it. That's one point here. Again, quantity and quality both they are working on it, okay. So they are working on low yield weapons, specifically like if they want to use the weapons in battlefield. दैट इज द टैक्टिकल यूज ऑफ वेपन, ओके. ये है आपका टैक्टिकल यूज वेपन का, ठीक है ना. दैट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इट इन द रियल टाइम, बिल्कुल रियल टाइम सिचुएशन में आप इसको यूज करोगे. I told you about this particular point. It has multiple benefits. Okay, you want to like destroy artillery, infantry forces. Specifically, you want to target them in a particular area. Other thing is that these low yield nuclear warheads are also likely to find their way in the delivery capability as well. Okay, so they have already working on these particular missile system, like that's the ballistic missile system they have, DF-26. Okay, so they are already working on it. Other benefit of having these tactical weapons is that you want to like destroy your enemy without causing any collateral damage. अदरवाइज होता क्या है कि बड़े न्यूक्लियर ब्लास्ट में तो जितना आपको भी नुकसान होने का डर रहता है बिकॉज योर फोर्सेज आर आल्सो प्रेजेंट ऑन द ग्राउंड, ओके. दैट्स वन फैक्टर दैट वी हैव, दैट दे वांट टू अवॉइड द कोलेटरल डैमेज, they want to avoid the collateral damage as well, okay. So that's why they are working on these tactical weapons. Now this is the key shift here. They are focusing on, they are launching these like launch on warning system, okay. They are moving towards launch on warning system. It means that this is the posture that China is ready for nuclear war. Right now, no doubt, they have no first use policy, okay. They have no first use policy, but that can policy also be reversed. That policy can also be reversed. That's the point here. You are having a like no first use policy, but still that policy can be reversed. This is the point there, okay. This is the point there, and this is what, like, when you are having this launch on warning, it means that you are readying your system. It can lead to miscalculations as well, okay. It can lead to miscalculation and there can be unintended nuclear use. That's the major point here. So any miscalculation is a very risking thing, specifically in the nuclear war case. So we have to be a bit cautious about it. Already, like, they are carrying out their competition with United States. वहाँ पे उनका competition चल रहा है, ठीक है ना. Already they are competing with them. It means that they will keep on working to increase their capacity. वो अपनी capacity को बढ़ाते ही रहेंगे. That's one point here. To what extent, okay, can be afforded, and we also have to do something, okay. We also have to do something. We have to like counter them with the size of nuclear capacity as well as the quality of nuclear delivery as well. We have to also enhance our missile system and all. वो सारी चीजें हमें करनी पड़ेंगी, ठीक है ना. So that's the point here, okay. And they have this pursuit of launch on warning, like raiding their nuclear capacity here. Their posture reduces the decision time for any Indian retaliatory nuclear strike. So you will get really very less time. You have to make an arrangement in which quick decision can be taken. That's the point here, okay. That's the point here, and I have already told you they have no first use policy, but that doesn't mean that it cannot be reversed, okay. So that no first use policy, it can be reversed as well, as per the situation, as per the requirement. They are really very smart, and that's why it is the time that Indian strategic planners, we have to think about our nuclear balance, how you are going to restore it. क्या करना चाहते हो जरूर आपको करना है यहाँ पे, okay. So this is what we have in this particular session here. Like we'll move to the next part now. Just give me a minute here, okay. So here we are, like on this particular page, there is nothing much that we are going to cover. So we'll move to this particular news here. Now, Prime Minister, he's talking about few things, that post-COVID positive change in the police attitude. Okay. So definitely, like, there is a positive change in the police attitude towards public. Why it is though? So you know that during the COVID time, it was the police department which was on the forefront, and they were fighting with this COVID. They were the, you can say, frontline warriors against COVID, and they were doing multiple things. Okay, right from giving relief to people, right from giving, providing ration to people, they were working on it. Police सबसे आगे थी, ठीक है ना? And Modi ji have also coined a term. That term is smart policing. Okay, so smart policing, like it means sensitive and strict, modern with mobility, alert and accountable, reliable and responsive, trained and tech savvy. Okay, so you should know about this particular point, and you should know that there is something called smart police index as well. Smart police index bhi hai. Okay, so which is there for us, which brings the competition within the states. Okay, so police is a state list subject. Police is a state list subject. Okay, state government looks into the police department and all. So the point they are making is that we have this smart system, okay, which is talking about multiple things. And like, you are going to rank multiple states, how they are performing, tech savvy means have the ability to use technology. Okay, tech savvy का मतलब होता है टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करनी आनी चाहिए, ठीक है ना? That's point here, that's the point here. So we have these arrangements. Okay, we have these arrangements, and Modi ji have said that, okay, that this is the time that attitude has changed. Now you need to understand one thing. Whenever we say governance, okay, so governance, like, it is also important, the will of the governed is also there. जो गवर्न होने जा रहा है, हाउ मच दे विल सपोर्ट. विल ऑफ द गवर्न मीन्स पब्लिक, public trust, whether public has trust or not. Okay, that's the point here. So when we say if the police has the responsibility to provide law and order, okay, to maintain law and order, that won't be possible if public is not having trust on your police. And definitely the way police handled the COVID, definitely it would have enhanced the trust within public and police. That's the important part here. And you will see that the law enforcement, it will also improve. Okay, इफ यू हैव दीज पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स, ऐसा होता है आपके यहाँ पे, तो लॉ एनफोर्समेंट भी अच्छा होता है अगर आपकी पुलिस अच्छे से काम करती है. नॉर्मली वी सी पुलिस एज अ कोर्सिव आर्म, हमें गलत तरीके से नजर आती है पुलिस हमेशा. ओके, सो डिफेंस, सम नेशन स्टॉलिंग द मैरीटाइम ऑर्डर, दिस इज व्हाट मिस्टर राजनाथ सिंह इज सेइंग, एंड स्पेसिफिकली ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट चाइना ओनली. ओके, so China, they are enhancing their naval power, there is no doubt about it, and like you have to match them out. Okay, and that's why we are also working on our navy, and we want to have a blue water navy here. Okay, आप जो है ब्लू वाटर नेवी की बात करते हो, ब्लू वाटर नेवी मीन्स द हैविंग द कैपेसिटी, कैपेबिलिटी टू ऑपरेट आउटसाइड योर वाटर्स. ओके, अपनी टेरिटरी के बाहर जाके भी काम कर सके, इतनी कैपेसिटी होना. सो यू शुड नो अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग, एंड वी आर वर्किंग ऑन इट. वी हैव अ प्रोजेक्ट गोइंग ऑन, that is project 15B. Okay, so under the development of that project, we have included this particular stealth guided missile destroyer, that is your INS Vishakhapatnam. Okay, it's a stealth guided missile destroyer, that is INS Vishakhapatnam. So this is what you should know. ये सारी चीजें मालूम होनी चाहिए. He is making a statement regarding the freedom of navigation. Definitely we know why this particular question of freedom of navigation is emerging, because China is somehow trying to change the rules in South China Sea. साउथ चाइना सी के अंदर जो रूल्स हैं उसको चेंज करने वाले हैं आपके चाइनीज. ओके, that's the point here. Now why I am saying this, they are working on changing the, like, साउथ चाइना सी में जो रूल्स हैं उसको चेंज कर रहे हैं. क्यों ये हमारे लिए एक समस्या है? यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग, लाइक 90% ऑफ आर ट्रेड बाय वॉल्यूम इज थ्रू सीज. सब कुछ समुद्र के थ्रू ही हो रहा है. सो इफ चाइना इज डूइंग समथिंग इन सीज, डेफिनेटली इट इज गोइंग टू हैव एन इम्पैक्ट ऑन यू. आपके ऊपर आज नहीं तो कल इम्पैक्ट आने वाला है. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. ओके, so other than that, there is nothing much on this particular page. We'll move to the other area. Now PM likely to join Joe Biden's democracy summit. Okay, so Mr. Biden, United States, they are organizing this democracy summit, and 108 countries are participating in it. And the star feature of this event is that China and Russia, they are not invited. Okay, तो चाइना और रशिया को तो इन्होंने इनवाइट ही नहीं किया. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. नाउ टू पावरफुल कंट्रीज आर नॉट इनवाइटेड. how can you make sure that this particular summit is a success? Okay, अगर आप किसी को इनवाइट नहीं कर रहे तो आप ये कैसे बोलोगे कि ये सक्सेसफुल होगा? दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. सो मोर देन 100 countries they are expected to come. Modi ji will definitely like join this summit. Okay, and China, Russia, they are not invited for this virtual summit. This is the problem. So Mr. Biden is saying that like together these 100 countries they can defend democratic principles, human rights. Okay, so these things will be discussed. These things will be discussed, and definitely there is a criticism by Russians. Russians are saying that how can you carry out these particular summits? Okay, how can you exclude? How can you exclude a particular country like Russia and China? They are excluded. Okay, that's the concern they are pointing out. And definitely such summits, it's not a right trend that you exclude some other countries. Okay, बिल्कुल भी सही नहीं है ये. So other than that, there is nothing much. Okay, so here we have now 15 lakh compensation for kin of forest guard killed by a tigress. Okay, so here they are talking about Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, and it is located in Maharashtra. Okay, so now it is your homework. This is your homework to look into the vegetation type. किस टाइप का वेजिटेशन है तडोबा लाइक अंधेरी टाइगर रिजर्व के अंदर? ओके, वेजिटेशन किस टाइप का है? लाइक इज देयर एनी रिवर फ्लोइंग नियर बाय? So these are additional things that you should know, and I am like keeping these things up in your domain only. You have to find it out. Okay, आपको खुद इसको देखना होगा, वो important है हमारे यहाँ पे. So we'll move to the other part now. Now life expectancy lower for urban poor. Okay, so we know that somehow health is one of the reason for that. क्यों पुअर हेल्थ क्यों है हमारे यहाँ पे अर्बन पुअर की? ओके, बहुत इजी है. पॉल्यूशन एक रीजन हो सकता है, ठीक है ना? दिस इज वन पार्ट हियर. अदर थिंग इज दैट लाइक हेल्थ ट्रीटमेंट इज ऑल्सो वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. ओके, काफी एक्सपेंसिव हो जाता है, ठीक है ना? So these are the contributing factors. These are the contributing factors, and there has been a drop by 9.1 years in men and 6.2 years in women. Like reports highlight the disproportionate disease burden that is there. Okay, you should know about this particular point that one third of India's population live in urban areas. There is no doubt about it. Okay, and close to 30% of the people living in urban areas are poor, and they are the one who are most vulnerable. Okay, so 30% of people they are living in urban area, and out of them 30% they are most like they are poor and they are most vulnerable. Okay, so if there is a polluted air in Delhi, दिल्ली के अंदर अगर pollution है, air pollution है, like I can afford a air purifier at my home. मैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, अपने family के लिए air purifier afford कर सकता हूँ, and I will buy it. Okay, the point here is that everyone will not be able to do that. That's the point here, and this is the critical news that is coming up, that like urban poor they are more vulnerable and their life expectancy is reducing. Okay, it is coming down. That's the major concern here. Health facility is not available to them. Okay, they might not be even aware about something called health insurance. उनको मालूम भी नहीं होगा कि health insurance जैसी कोई चीज भी होती है. So I am aware about it and I have the money to like pay the premium also. Okay, मैं life इंश्योरेंस, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, उसका प्रीमियम भी पे कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है ना? मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. बट लाइक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द थिंग इज दैट पुअर पीपल डू दे हैव द अवेयरनेस अबाउट इट कि हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस जैसी कोई चीज भी एग्जिस्ट करती है? Even if they are aware, will they be able to afford it? That's another point here. Okay, so that's the sad story of urban poor that we have in India. It is definitely a not a like good trend, good thing that we are seeing here. Okay, so apart from just the pollution thing, look at the unhygienic area like conditions, living conditions. Okay, that is also quite unhygienic, the way they live. चीजें ठीक नहीं है, slums and all, how slums are proliferating. Okay, proliferating, and that we have to like definitely work on it. Okay, ये सारी समस्याएं जो गवर्नमेंट के लिए एक चैलेंज है. So we'll move to the other part now. अब चलते हैं आगे. So let's see, like prolonged school closure pose a threat to gender equality. This is the study that has been highlighted. Okay, see, you need to understand one thing already. Like we know that we have a patriarchal mindset in India, and there is a love for baby boy. Okay, तो बेबी बॉय के लिए जो लव है, एंड समहाउ ड्यूरिंग द कोविड टाइम दिस हैज इंक्रीज्ड. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दिस? देखो होता क्या है, लाइक व्हेन योर वेजेस आर डाउन, आपकी वेजेस आ नहीं रही है, तनख्वाहें आ नहीं रही है, देयर इज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट दैट इज इंक्रीजिंग. सो फैमिली दे कैन टेक अ डिसीजन that okay, if there are two children, one male and one female, okay, like a boy and a girl, if there are two children, then family can take a decision, okay, बच्चा तो मेल तो हमारे पास ही रहेगा ना, लड़की ने तो शादी करके घर चले जाना है, ओके, लड़की लाइक गर्ल विल गो टू द ससुराल, so male guy they are going to stay with us, okay, so let's invest in the male child education only. so boy education के अंदर हम लोग इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, लड़की को घर बिठा देते हैं क्योंकि हम अभी अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते. दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम हियर एंड दिस इज हाउ इट इज अ थ्रेट टू जेंडर इक्वालिटी. ये एक चीजें हैं जो आपको समझनी है, ठीक है ना. एंड यू शुड नो अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट डेफिनेटली. अरे हमारा पुआरा बेटा, दिस इज देयर इन देयर माइंड. सो इवन इफ देयर इज ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन विच इज अवेलेबल, सो आप मोबाइल तो अपने लड़के को दे रहे हो, ओके, दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. हमारा लड़का पढ़ के बड़ा तीर मारेगा, दिस इज देयर ना. सो लड़की ने शादी करके दूसरे घर पर आए घर चले जाना है, दैट्स द माइंडसेट दैट वी हैव. And somehow this is one of the factor that it is a threat to gender equality, okay, and this has been pointed out by this particular study. तो ये चीज है जो कुछ आपको समझनी है. So we'll move to the next part. आगे चलते हैं, देखते हैं क्या है यहाँ पे. Here there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है, okay. So China downgrades diplomatic ties with Lithuania over the Taiwan issue, okay. Why this issue is emerging? See, China says that we have one China policy, that okay, if you want to have diplomatic ties with us, you have to treat us as one China. आप हमें एक वन चाइना की तरह ट्रीट करो. दैट ताइवान, हांगकांग, they should not be considered as separate entities, they should be considered as one China only. और सबका कंट्रोल बीजिंग से होता है, okay, this is what they have. They says that don't have diplomatic relations with them, individually don't have diplomatic relations with Taiwan. इस टाइप की चीजें वो कहते हैं, ठीक है ना, इस टाइप की चीजें वो कहते हैं, ओके. एंड अदर कंट्रीज बिकॉज ऑफ द माइट ऑफ चाइना दे ऑल्सो फॉलो इट, ओके. we know Chinese, they have like investment, they have investment might, they are controlling the global supply chains. So बाकी countries इनकी सुनते भी हैं, ठीक है ना. this is the point here. Other than that there is nothing much, okay. So let's move to a particular question that we discuss every day. So this is your mains 2020 question, okay. This is your mains 2020 question. So they are asking that account for a huge flooding of million cities in India, including the smart ones like Hyderabad, Pune, okay, suggest lasting remedial measures. So here they are talking about urban flooding. See, you need to understand one thing. Every year there are floods in India, and urban flooding is a topic which will not be like going away very soon. So it is existing, and this is the this is the second time the UPSC is asking a question on it, okay. पहले भी सवाल किया गया, अब दोबारा भी कर रहे हैं वो. That's the point here. Now, first of all, how do you address this question? That you can address it by mentioning about, okay, what is the flood? So flood is submergence of usually a dry area by large amount of water that comes from sudden excessive rainfall, or there can be an overflowing lake or river, melting of snow, and exceptionally high tide if you are in a coastal areas. अगर आप कोस्टल एरिया में हो तो हाई टाइड का भी इम्पैक्ट जो है फ्लडिंग कर सकता है. दैट्स वन पॉइंट हियर. फर्स्ट यू स्टार्टेड योर आंसर विद द डेफिनेशन, ओके, कि फ्लडिंग आप क्या समझते हो, अर्बन फ्लडिंग से आप क्या समझते हो, ओके. Other thing is, why you can also mention about the points like, okay, why major cities, like recently some of the cities they have been impacted. There are Mumbai flood, Surat flood, Jamshedpur, Kolkata, Delhi, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Pune. You can mention about it, okay. You can mention about the recent floods that are there, how it is impacting. This can also be part of your introduction only. Now let's look into the causes of urban flooding, okay. So first cause they are talking about lack of drainage. This is one part. Now this has two component. One is that you don't have the infrastructure at all. भाई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आपने बनाया ही नहीं. स्ट्रॉम ड्रेनेज होती है, ठीक है ना, आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. सड़क के साइड में स्ट्रॉम ड्रेन होती है, एंड यू हैव नॉट कंस्ट्रक्टेड दैट स्ट्रॉम ड्रेन, ओके, बिकॉज आपको लगा कि हाउस होल्ड सीवेज जो है उसके थ्रू वाटर विल गो अवे. नो, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. यू हैव टू मेक अ सेपरेट अरेंजमेंट, ओके. सो द हाउस होल्ड सीवेज नेटवर्क इट इज क्वाइट इनएडिक्वेट. बिल्कुल वो इनएडिक्वेट होता है, ठीक है ना. So this is the point here. This is the point here, okay, that you have to like this particular system have a separate infrastructure for handling floods. So storm drainage अलग से बनती है वहाँ पे. If that is missing, definitely it is not easy that water will go away, okay. So there are little open soil spaces, okay, means concretization is also going on. There are concrete jungles that we are creating here, कंक्रीट के जंगल बना रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे. ओपन सॉइल इज नॉट अवेलेबल. Open soil, it plays really important role because it helps in water retention, and further it helps in like groundwater recharge also. Water will go down, water will percolate down to the groundwater. वो सारी चीजें यहाँ पे मिस हो जाती हैं, ठीक है ना. And definitely all the water, it will be flowing on the surface itself. Okay, so other reason is the high intensity rainfall. Now I have already covered about this point, high intensity rainfall. Why intensity of rainfall is increasing in urban areas? Okay, so I told you about the urban heat island concept. Urban heat island concept I already told you about. Okay, so urban heat island क्या है? If you look into the like system, we have concrete, और concrete ज़्यादा गर्म होता है, ठीक है ना. concrete ज़्यादा गर्म होता है. Now it means that there are more vapors in the air. बहुत ज़्यादा वाटर वेपर है. व्हेन देर आर मोर वेपर्स, अलोंग विद दैट यू हैव डस्ट पार्टिकल्स. ओके, आपके डस्ट पार्टिकल्स भी हैं. इट मीन्स दैट मोर रेन ड्रॉप्स विल बी फॉर्म्ड. और ज़्यादा रेन ड्रॉप्स जो है यहाँ पे बनेगी. इट मीन्स दैट द प्रेसिपिटेशन विल बी हाई. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. सो लाइक intensity of the rainfall is also increasing in urban units as well. Definitely, flooding can occur with the city sewage system if it is completely uncleaned. You have not cleaned, you have not removed the plastic and the solid waste that we have. आपको मालूम होगा कि हमारे यहाँ पे जो ड्रेन होती हैं, they get choked. Okay, they get choked. क्यों चौक होती हैं? क्योंकि प्लास्टिक वहाँ पे अटक जाता है. That is one of the reason. Okay, so we have these things going on. So every year before the monsoon season, like your municipal corporation, they have been given this the responsibility that they have to clean these storm drainage. जितना भी storm drain है उनको साफ करना है, clean करना है. So if they are not doing their duty on time, okay, if they are not doing their duty on time, definitely you will see this problem again and again. और यही होता है, यही होता है. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर, ठीक है ना. सो वाटर में इवन एंटर द सीवेज सिस्टम इन वन प्लेस एंड देन गेट अक्यूमुलेटेड समवेयर एल्स. ऐसा हो रहा है बिल्कुल. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. Other reason is the unplanned urban planning that is going on. Okay, so this is related to the land use. Now what is happening specifically in cities like Chennai? So Chennai में हुआ क्या है? रियल एस्टेट बिल्डिंग बनाने के लिए the land that has been taken, that is basically river flood plain. Okay, रिवर फ्लड प्लेन था वो, वहां पे कभी ना कभी पानी बहता था, ठीक है ना. दैट लैंड इज यूज्ड फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ रियल एस्टेट बिल्डिंग्स. दैट्स वन पार्ट है, उसके लिए वो बना रहे हो. लुक एट द सिचुएशन इज मुंबई. मुंबई द लैंड इज रिक्लेम्ड फ्रॉम द सी से लैंड को रिक्लेम करके आइलैंड्स जो है वो जोड़े हुए हैं. And what is the outcome of that? We know about this thing, Mumbai flood every year. Okay, there are Mumbai floods. So these are the unplanned things that are happening. Now, other than that, we know that how slums are proliferating. Okay, the way slums are spreading. Dharavi, Asia's biggest slum here. Again, slums are also located on the river bank only. भाई मिट्टी नदी होती है मुंबई के अंदर. There is a river which is flowing. People might not be even knowing about it. It is no more a river, it is a ganda nala. Okay, it is a ganda nala. Like there is a mithi nadi. Iska naam, the name is mithi nadi. The point here is that all the slums are located on the banks of mithi nadi only. Okay, so this is how we have unplanned urbanization. Then other issue is of encroachment of basins. Unregulated construction is going on. Building constructed without paying any heed to the natural topography. How can you undermine the natural like structure there? Okay, so these are the problems that are there. You completely want to change the ecology, the structure. आप हर चीज मैन मेड करते जा रहे हो, ये सब नहीं चलता है. यू हैव टू गिव इंपॉर्टेंस टू द नेचुरल एग्जिस्टिंग थिंग्स एज वेल. वो चीजें भी हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है ना. दिस इज द पार्ट. अदर थिंग इज दैट यू आर रिमूविंग द ग्रीन कवर एज वेल. आप ग्रीन कवर रिमूव करते जा रहे हो. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दिस? Okay, green cover, they play important role. They bind your soil. आपकी soil को bind करती हैं. And when you are removing it, it means that soil also get flown away. So mud, वो सारी चीजें भी बनती हैं यहाँ पे, ठीक है ना. So this is the point here. You are destructing the water bodies. Okay, lakes that store the excess water and regulate the flow of water, you are destructing them. चेन्नई के अंदर there is a saying that okay, there was a time when there used to be multiple lakes which used to be there in Chennai. अब वो दिखती भी नहीं है कहीं पे. Okay, this is the point here. So these problems are existing. Now what do we have as a remedial measure for them? ये तो समस्या होगी, अब इसकी रेमेडी क्या है, इलाज क्या है? One concept is creation of sponge cities. Okay, sponge city कैसे बनाओगे? What is a sponge? Sponge absorbs the water, absorbs the liquid. That's one point here. So they are saying that there are natural ecological ways. Okay, you need to have open spaces. You need to have open spaces जहां से रेन वाटर इट कैन रियली लाइक परकुलेट टू द ग्राउंड वाटर, नीचे तक वो परकुलेट हो जाए. ओके, हैव दैट फॉर्म ऑफ यू कैन से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. So one suggestion is creation of sponge cities. Okay, other is rooftop vegetation. Now rooftop vegetation can be planted on the for storm water management. It reduces the storm water runoff and prevent the flooding. Okay, ये चीज कर सकते हो आप. Restoration of flood plains, this is another suggestion, and this is one of the like important suggestion here, because these flood plains they were part of the natural flow of river. ये flood plains जो है आपके river के natural flow का part थे ये. अब आपने वहां पे बिल्डिंग बना दी, आप उसको रिस्टोर करो, ठीक है ना. दिस इज व्हाट वी कैन डू. ओके, सो दीज फ्लड प्लेन्स दे कैन रिटेन एंड एब्जॉर्ब वाटर. जो एक्सेस वाटर था वो तो ये अपने पास रख लेते थे, अब वो चीज नहीं हो रही है. Then wetland protection and rejuvenation. Okay, whatever like open lakes were there in a city, आपको उसको rejuvenate करना पड़ेगा. Whatever ponds were existing, जो भी ponds, tanks that were existing, you have to revive them. You have to revive them. So this is the important thing that we have to do. ठीक है ना? Proper urban planning should also be done here. So how it is to be done? There are some low-lying areas. Okay, you have to make sure that residential complexes are not living over there, and you have to regulate the human activities as well, because these low-lying areas they will be submerged first. सबसे पहले पानी वहीं भरता है, and you have to stop it. Okay, you have to stop it. There should be restrictions on encroachment. You have to like stop the proliferation of slums. Slums के proliferation को आपको रोकना पड़ेगा. That's the point here. Okay, so these are the things that we have to do. Now there are some guidelines as well. NDMA has issued some of the guidelines. You have to make sure that those guidelines are implemented in letter and spirit. Okay, अच्छे से implement करवानी है. You have to make sure that your municipal corporation, urban local bodies, they are trained, they are trained and well equipped. ओके, वो बिल्कुल ट्रेंड हो, अच्छे से वेल इक्विप्ड हो, ठीक है ना, बिल्कुल पूरा इक्विपमेंट उनके पास हो टू हैंडल द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ स्लम्स एंड ऑल. ओके, टू हैंडल द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ अर्बन फ्लडिंग एंड ऑल. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट हैज टू बी डन. This is what has to be done, and I am telling you this particular thing. These urban areas, they are the growth engines. Okay, ये आपके urban areas जो हैं, they are your growth engines. So if you want to like revive your economy, if you want to make sure that your economy keeps on working, we have to avoid such disruptions. कहीं ना कहीं अर्बन फ्लडिंग जो है आपकी इकोनॉमी के अंदर भी डिसरप्शन लेके आती है. ओके, द होल इकोनॉमिक लाइफ गेट डिस्टर्ब्ड, इंडिविजुअली भी एंड सिटी लाइफ पूरी की पूरी डिस्टर्ब होती है. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स शुड बी एड्रेस्ड, बिकॉज इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. वी हैव टू like protect our economy as well, and this is how things are related with the urban flooding only. Okay, so चीजें urban flooding से ऐसे linked हो जाती हैं, and you have to like really work on it. This is what has been suggested here. So that's it for the day then. So like as I told you, like I took this session just for the one day because I have to visit hospital. Okay, so that's it for the day then. Thank you very much.